Iruka would watch on as both Naruto and Yuji would charge towards the monsterified Mizuki. Judging from the amount of cursed energy spewing from his body, Mizuki had likely given himself some sort of beast-like curse mark, allowing for him to transform his body into something more monster and animal than man. His senses, his smell, his strength had been amplified to the 10th degree. Naruto would come charging in as he used the multi-shadow clone jutsu, creating a barrage of clones that all jumped into the air, attempting to pile onto the monstrous teacher. But his strength proved to be too much. Yuji, meanwhile, would weave through the herd of clones, attempting to find an opening. But the second he went in for a kick, Mizuki caught his leg, throwing him around back at another herd of Narutos. This would continue on, as the boys fought desperately to try to get him down. They don't stand a chance, Iruka thought. He's a Chunin that's been amplified by a curse mark. Who knows how much power he possesses now? He may even be on par with the power of a Jonin. Those boys, they're out of their depth. From around them in the forest, the cursed spirits came together, lingering towards the cursed finger that Yuji was carrying. Iruka could see this. He would have tried to put a barrier around the fighting area, but he didn't have the strength to hold it for long. As the Narutos would continue to charge aimlessly, Mizuki had no problem ripping them apart one by one. Come on! You said you'd kill me, right? Well, I want to see some killing. Damn! We're not making any progress. Yeah, Yuji said. We can't even get close to him. He's on a whole other level compared to us. Not necessarily, Iruka said. His body's being amplified by a curse mark. But if we can reverse it, then maybe we can even this fight. Naruto, I need you to create more clones, as many of them as you possibly can. Yuji, I need you to follow behind me. We'll only get one shot at this, but if I can get the ceiling tag onto him, we can reverse the effects of the curse mark, turn him back to normal, and finish this fight. The boys would nod in agreement, as Naruto would use the multi-shadow clone jutsu once again. An army of Narutos, all glaring angrily at Mizuki. Whatever you've got planning, it won't work. You sure about that? Transformation Jutsu! All of the Narutos would instantly turn into Yuji's and Iruka's. You're always one for tricks, Naruto. I have to say, pretty amusing. But in this state, I can feel everything around me. The smell of blood in the air. I know where you are, Iruka, Yuji. Your tricks, they won't do you any good here. Well, we'll see about that. The transformed clones would charge at Mizuki once again, and another cycle of destruction would continue. The real Iruka and the real Yuji would weave between their cloned counterparts, trying to find the right opportunity. Iruka would use his curse technique, binding tags, as cloth-like wrappings would form all around Mizuki. They were only a momentary distraction as he ripped through them with ease before grabbing a cloned Yuji by the throat and slitting him in half. Immediately, Iruka would come charging in from the ground. The moment he did so, his face would be stomped into the dirt, poofs of smoke forming all around him. At the right moment, Iruka saw the opportunity that he needed. Yuji would see his as well, as he went charging in first. There you are. Huh? You thought that you'd be able to get close to me, didn't you? Well, too bad. Iruka, this is your last chance. Hand over the finger, or I'll snap his neck. Don't do it! At that moment, Mizuki would feel something. On his back, he would be punched hard. The boy in his hand would transform. He wasn't holding Yuji. He was holding Iruka. Now, binding hold. Curse technique. Huh? Iruka. Yeah, your senses really are sharp, but not sharp enough. You bastard! A shinobi is supposed to find the hidden meaning within the hidden meaning. But you're so arrogant, so sure of yourself. In your power, you didn't think you could lose. Wait, what's going on? His body would turn back to normal, his beast-like strength leaving him, the seal tag on his back, absorbing the cursed energy from the curse mark, sealing away the power, and putting him in check. With Iruka's final strength, he would kick away at Mizuki, allowing for Yuji to step forward. Yuji would land a series of punches to his gut, with Mizuki in place, unable to move. Yuji landed 15 strikes, and they were powerful blows. And 10 seconds later, another 15 shots rattled through his body. The power of the divergent fist. Finally, Naruto's wave of clones would finish the fight, as Mizuki would be left beaten to a bloody pulp. They had managed to overcome the rogue shinobi, but now they had even bigger problems. The cursed spirits were now descending onto them, and they were swarming towards the finger. Yuji would lose it from its hands as it began to fly into the air. Naruto, Iruka, and Yuji chasing after the finger, the cursed spirits chasing after them also. Iruka used what strength he had left to try to bind them in place, but it wouldn't last for long. The boys would have to go and get it, but they weren't strong enough to exorcise these spirits. Naruto would create clones trying to slow them down and slow their pace. Yuji racing after the finger, only for a larger curse to grab him and hold his body. The finger now flung higher into the air. If that monster swallowed it, it would gain unimaginable power and destroy them all. Yuji knew this. Before the monster could eat him and the finger fell into a mouth. Yuji's mouth. He swallowed it in one gulp, despite it tasting like nasty old wax. Immediately, Yuji's body was swallowed into the curse. Yuji! Naruto would yell. His clones fighting desperately to get to his friend, his brother. But then immediately, a tremor of power echoed through the area. The cursed spirit that had swallowed him was slashed and cut. Yuji's fingernails had grown longer and grown darker, markings riddling all over his arms and face, and under his eyes, another pair of eyes. I'm back. Yes, I'm finally back. Oh God, Iruka would stand up beside Naruto as the cursed spirits around them were slashed and torn apart. Iruka-sensei, what happened to... Naruto, I need you to stand back. What? Before Naruto knew what hit him, he found himself being bound and tied to the ground, unable to move. Iruka knew what had happened. You could say it was the worst case scenario. The former sorcerer, the king of curses, Ryomen Sukuna, had finally found a vessel. A human vessel. Mizuki, scared for his life, would attempt to run away, but before he could, he felt a hand wrap around his throat as he collapsed to the ground. Now, just where do you think you're going? No, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Like what? You thought that you could gain this power for nothing. Arrogance is what I feel from you. No, wait, please! His neck snapped, his head popping off his shoulders, bursting like a grape that had been squished on the ground. And then, the small inhabited body, the presence of Sukuna, turned to Iruka. Iruka immediately binding the body. Interesting. Curse wraps. A standard technique, though you're proficient at it. By order of law, I will exorcise you. Are you sure about that? Do you really think you have the power to kill me, let alone your student? I will do what I must. Iruka knew that he couldn't kill him. At least not if he wanted to survive as well. The only way for this to end, he would have to take them both out. Naruto, however, would just barely get his fingers together as he used the multi-shadow clone jutsu. The clones immediately racing around Iruka and holding him back, as the real Naruto jumped into the air with a barrage of clones. A series of slashes would take the clones out, but the real Naruto would slug Yuji in the face. Ugh! Get a hold of yourself, Yuji! Don't let him control you! Ugh. Damn! You really know how to throw a punch. Nine Tails. The Nine Tails. I haven't seen you in almost 100 years. Who would have guessed? You, after all this time, let go of my brother. That's never going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, your brother is now under new management. But if you want to have a go at it, Nine Tails. Naruto readied himself. He wasn't sure how this fight was going to end, but before either of the boys could do anything, a new figure stood between them. Another shinobi from the village hidden in the leaves, his hair shimmering like silver. His headband, along with another eye form of wrap covering his eyes. He looked around to scope out what was going on. Satoru Gojo, Iruka said. Hey there, Iruka. Woo! You sure know how to clean up, don't you? Your students are always making such a mess. You came. I got word while I was coming back from my mission what happened with Lord Third. I came by as quickly as I could. Huh? And who the hell are you? The name's Satoru Gojo. Oh. Ryomen Sukuna. Gojo. Of the Gojo clan? The one and only. It seems Great Province truly has shined this day. The fact that you're here. What's next, an Uchiha? No, that won't be necessary. It's not gonna be like how it was before. It won't take 3 shinobi to beat you, just 1. I'd like to see you try. No. Why is he waking up? Yuji? One forehead tapped to Naruto and he was down. And next to Yuji, the same. Don't worry. I took care of the cursed spirits in the area. So, you want to tell me what happened? Naruto and Yuji would awaken. They were both tied to chairs, back to back, in a dimly lit room, with ceiling tags all around them, on their bodies, on the walls, the floors. The door would open as the ninja that had followed them in the forest would arrive. Rise and shine! I've been looking forward to talking to you two. My name is Satoru Gojo, and we have a lot to discuss. Gojo? What's going on? Why are we... First and foremost, you boys stealing the scroll of sealing. Didn't think it could be done, especially by a couple of newly minted genin. You know how many laws you broke by doing that? Still, I have to say, the old man must be getting there in years if a couple of snot-nosed brats like you were able to get the best of him. And then there's you. Another vessel. Who would have guessed? A vessel. Yuji looked around. Do you mean... Uh-huh. Just like your friend here, Naruto. You also house a powerful curse inside of you. The curse known as Ryomen Sukuna. Ryomen Sukuna? Who is he? Naruto would ask. Well, it's not something we talk about publicly anymore, for morale and all that. But to give you the cliff notes, a long time ago, before there was even a village, back during the time of the first Hokage, there was said to be a man who had lived for over 1,000 years. A powerful sorcerer, a ninja who mastered the art of Jujutsu. He was called Ryomen Sukuna. During the time of the warring clans, Sukuna was a man all unto himself, who other clans would have to band together to fight. His last recorded battle was said to have taken place between the 3 noble clans of Konoha, the Senju, the Uchiha, and the Gojo. The clan's 3 leaders had to band together to defeat him, but even in his death, he was so strong that he sealed his soul into his 20 fingers. 20 fingers? It was said that he had 4 arms, so 4 hands, 20 fingers, each one containing a part of his soul. Ever since, the fingers bear great power, and with each passing year, they only get stronger. Like this. He pulled out said finger, before blasting it with cursed energy. It's so strong, we can't even destroy it anymore. And this also pertains to you, Naruto. Why me? Because, in order to find the fingers, we have always traditionally used the holder of the 9 tails, the one capable of sensing out hatred. Your power, it's been used by the Leaf Village before, to find the fingers. But never has the fingers ever taken hold to a vessel. Most people would have died even trying to swallow one finger, but you? No. It's the opposite. You can actually contain the power. That's actually really good news. Why is that good news? Because we can't destroy the fingers, can't expel them. But if all the fingers were to, say, be sealed inside of a living human, and that human was to die, Sukuna would go right along with him. It only took the boys a few moments to realize what Gojo meant by this. Naruto looking on dreadfully. Wait. Are you saying... Gojo leaned close into the face of Yuji Itadori as he uttered these words. I can't tell you what lies ahead, what you'll have to endure, but I can tell you this. Unfortunately, when it's all said and done, Yuji Itadori, vessel of Ryomen Sukuna, you will be executed. This concludes Naruto, King of Curses. What if Naruto was a Jujutsu sorcerer? Part 3 of the graduation arc finale. This concludes the first arc, the official first arc, for Naruto, King of Curses. What if Naruto was a Jujutsu sorcerer? If you guys have enjoyed this series so far, please let me know down in the comment section below. Next week, we'll begin with the next arc in this series. I do hope you'll look forward to that and everything else that's to come out now and in the future. Until then, I'm Javon Harrington, signing off, and I'll see you next time.